Oke, halo teman-teman. Hari ini saya sedang berada di Norway, masih tepatnya ada di Olden. Ya, seperti ini situasinya ini dari pintu keluar kapalnya. Seperti ini suasananya. Lalu di Olden ini kita bisa melakukan beberapa tour. Ya, bisa dilihat ada naik kereta. Ada juga bisa ke skylift. Nah, ini untuk ke skylift ini itu naik seperti rel ke atas gunung. Ya, kalau misalkan beruntung kita bisa lihat salju di atasnya, tapi kayaknya udah nggak ada salju ya, udah mulai panas. Coba kita tanya berapa tiket untuk naik ke atas itu, naik rel. Nah, ini tadi udah nanya-nanya ya, kalau untuk ke skylift itu mahal, untuk kru itu 850 NOK, yaitu sekitar di atas 1 juta. Tapi kalau misalnya kita ke valley, waterfall, sama glacier viewpoint, itu harganya ya untuk kru itu dapat harga anak-anak 200 aja. Jadi hari ini saya coba mau naik. Nanti setelah dari sini saya mau coba keliling area pemukiman ini. Ini ada pemukimannya sebelah sana. Bisa naik-naik ke atas ya. Ntar kita lihat tipis-tipis lah. Nah. Ini ada souvenir-souvenir juga. Nah, ini kabel karnya. Nanti naik ke ini tuh 850 NOK. Ya, cukup mahal. Itu memakan waktu sekitar tadi disampaikan sekitar 1,5 jam lah ya, 1 jam 10 menit. Memang kita anggap 1,5 jam. Dan saya punya waktu untuk itu. Kita coba. Tempat souvenir. I can pay with the debit card.
If you want, you can pay me cash, pounds, euros, coronas, dollars, whatever you want.
Just wait a minute. Approximately is 230 ya? Approximately is 230 is come back.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Ya, saya udah bayar barusan pakai debit aja. Jadi langsung naik ke dalam bisnya. Ini bis ini ada 2 deck. Dek bawah pasti udah dikosongkan orang-orang pasti naik ke atas, dan saya akan ikut naik di atas. Ini situasi. Nah, ini bisnya udah jalan ya. Udah mulai jalan ke 3 spot.
We want to wish you welcome to Olden and to this excursion through the Olden Valley to the Olden Lake. Olden is a typical West Norwegian fjord village where agriculture and tourism are the most important ways of living. Tourism has been important to us since the late 1870s, when the first cruise ships started coming here. To give you a better idea about the proportions of the landscape that we're driving through today, you should know that the mountains that you're going to see are between 1,000 and 2,000 meters tall. The timber line here with us is at 550 meters above sea level, or the equivalent of 1,700 feet. The snow in the mountains that you can see today, from the Bay of Olden, where we are now, to where it opens to the sea at Norway, it's exactly 100 kilometers long, or the equivalent of 16 miles. At its shallowest point, this fjord is merely 12 meters deep, and it opens to the ocean under the Olden Bridge. And less than 1 nautical mile further east, it's 970 meters deep. So underneath this surface of water, the topography looks exactly like it does in our surroundings, with tall mountains and deep valleys. And this phenomenon repeats itself 7 times between the coast and the Bay of Olden. You may also notice that in Olden we have 2 churches. That has nothing to do with religious indifference, because more than 75% of all Norwegians are members of the Lutheran Protestant Church, and so are we here in Olden. But the old church, that goes back to 1754, should be more modernized in the 1930s. But for reasons that you will learn later, they rather built a new one, which is the Red Church, a kilometer further up the valley. The Olden Valley runs pretty much straight north-south. We are driving southerly direction into the valley, and of course northerly direction in the fjord again. Along the road you will also see the Olden River, which actually is a very famous salmon river. And if you look closer, you will also see those funny platforms along the river bank. They are built to give the sports fishermen a better access to the river without having their flies stuck in the forest behind them. Where the river ends and the lake begins, there is a hydroelectric power plant. Actually, this is the first hydroelectric power plant in Olden. It was built in 1916 and put into operation the year after, equipped with 3 small turbines from Francis. And behind the old shacks that serve the purpose of the first hydroelectric plant is a modern so-called micro plant.
stay here for 5 minutes.
Jadi tadi kita dikasih waktu 5 menit untuk turun ke bawah, foto-foto sebentar. Ini akan kembali lagi naik dalam waktu 5 menit. Ini kosong, orang-orang udah mulai pada naik lagi. Ya, perjalanan dilanjut. Kalau buat sepedahan di sini enak banget karena alamnya bagus, nggak banyak kendaraan juga. Satu dari 3 tujuan kita naik bus wisata ini sudah kita lakukan tadi barusan, itu waterfall. Tinggal 2 tujuan wisata lagi.
Olden Lake is one of 3 glacial lakes in the surroundings. The 2 others are north of us in Norway and in Stry. Size-wise, the Olden Lake is the second biggest, and it's 17 kilometers long, as wide as you see, and at its deepest point, it's only 90 meters deep. Significant for these glacial lakes is that they have this special color. It looks like it's kind of greenish. Of course, the water isn't green. It's colorless like good water always should be. It's an optical illusion, and the reason is very, very interesting to know. You see, only 3 weeks ago, these drops of water that now form the lake of Olden were ice in the glacier that we shall be seeing at the turning point of this excursion. The ice of the glacier is always every little movement of the ice, this little millimeter of granite, because that's what the mountains here are made of, is polished off, and this fine dust is being produced. The Norwegian word for this fine dust is silt, which is another of those words that the Norwegian language gave to the English language. Together with natural dust in the air, sand, stone, and gravel, and whatever is dug into the glacier and its movements. These particles of minerals are being kept dry frozen in the ice for hundreds of years, maybe thousands of years, because a glacier always melts off from underneath. And it's the oldest part of the ice that melts first. So this water may be 7,000 years old for all we know. Ice under pressure for 7,000 years has squeezed out all the air. There is no air in the glacier, meaning that the water is very poor on oxygen. The upper stream is what we call the river between the glacier and the lake. And these particles of minerals that we just mentioned are being brought down to the lake by the forces of the boat at this lake. That machine would sink slowly through 16 meters of mud before hitting rock bottom and be forever lost. With such a low contents of oxygen, the plentiful trout in this lake does not grow to be very big. The day you catch one 25 centimeters, that's gonna be the one you want to take a picture of, because that is big. But the trout of Lake Olden is very healthy and very strong, and it's a delicacy even for us natives. It's actually so strong and healthy.
sudah parkir di tempat tujuan kedua. Kita diberi waktu 10 menit untuk melihat glasier dari jauh. Dan ternyata saljunya masih ada, dan itu dia glasiernya. Infonya glasier itu akan mencair di akhir bulan September. Coba mendekat lah ya. Ini di bawahnya itu ada danau.
Hey, water expert.
Itu glasier masih ada sisa-sisa sedikit ya, sebelum akhir September sudah cair semua.
We talked about the color.
Jarang sekali kendaraan. Tadi tempat kedua sudah kunjungi, sekarang sepertinya jalan menuju pulang kembali ke kasar.
That's of course the name of the area. He paid for the 16 kilometers of road between Olden and Innvik on the southern side of the fjord. He also built the local hospital in Norway, which is like 1.5 hours drive west of us, right here on the northern side of the fjord. He also paid for the restoration of the church. He also paid for the mill in Sandane, which is like 1.5 hours drive on the southern side of the fjord. And he also donated money to a lot of people around in Olden, the people that were not so well to do. As we are approaching the center of Olden village again, we will give you the opportunity to disembark, and you may see the sights here, visit a few shops if you'd like, sit down and have a glass of something good to drink if you want to, and make it back to the pier on your own. It's not all that far, it's 700 meters to walk on a good road next to the main road. Now, please bring all the little items that you brought onto our coach this morning with you when you disembark. So let us wish you a nice, pleasant holiday on Kiel. Enjoy the rest of your vacation at sea. Come good and safely home. And of course, welcome back. Thank you and goodbye.
Ini udah ya, udah deket kapalnya, tinggal jalan kaki aja. Mau sengaja berhenti di sini biar lihat lagi suasana di sini.
Mommy, what is that?
Sorry.
What? Oh, it's a...
Coba kita lihat di sini. Souvenir. $1.100 jaket. Coba kita lihat sweater.
plastic shoe. Right?
400.
我也喜欢这种日常造型的效果。直播我们都看不到，昨天明天晚上天气好，晴天，不知道能不能看到那个曙光。每天在工作比较忙。这种我都带着洗脚的时候，人家放进去一大袋子，那么手机。也可以当围巾用，也可以当围巾这样的。
Baju. Sweater kayak gini 3.700. Sekarang di supermarket. Lihat-lihat ada apa aja.
Right, 152, and then I'll go back to sleep. So I've got, yeah, you enjoy the
Ya, karena saya nggak punya cash Norwegian crown, jadi sudahlah kita nggak belanja apa di supermarket. Jadi satu Norwegian crown itu sekitar sekarang karansinya 1.580 sekian lah. Banyak sapi. Dilepas begitu ya sapinya. Ini salah satu rumahnya. Ya, seperti itu aja explore kali ini di Olden, Norway. Ya, saya nggak bisa sebenarnya masih pengen jalan-jalan, masih pengen videoin buat kenang-kenangan, tapi waktunya sudah habis ya. Jadi saya harus kembali ke tempat saya bekerja di kapal. Mungkin next time kalau misalkan kita kembali lagi ke sini, kita explore ke tempat lainnya, jadi bisa tahu ada apa lagi yang bisa dilakuin di sini. Oke, itu aja. Terima kasih. Sampai ketemu lagi di kenang-kenangan Norway.